hear me? I'm sorry.
Be sweet.
Dale, okay. Hello, everybody. Are you there, Dale? Okay. Well, sorry, Dale's having some computer issues right now. Welcome to 2G1C, Two Guys, One Coup on America First Warehouse. Pleasure to be here. We have a treat, a treasure for you. We consider her an American treasure, but it's Natasha Owens with her new song, TDS, which is, you are going to hear it today. Are you hearing me, Dale?
I can hear you, but I can't see anybody. So,
no.
See you.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if you can see me.
So, okay, can we bring Natasha up? Is she up? Okay. Hi, Natasha. How are you?
Hey, I'm good.
Good. It's good to see you. Dale, you can see Dale, but he can't see you. So say hi to Dale.
Now I can. Now I can see you. I don't know. It's like every time on this Zoom thing, on the thing here on the network, great network, but for some reason my Zoom connection always says unstable and low bandwidth and all this stuff on this.
That's not your Zoom connection. That's you, Dale.
I was.
I was going to say that. How come it doesn't happen Monday or Wednesday? So,
because you add me in it, it completely comes off the rails.
That's not true at all. Anyways, thanks, Jim, for starting the beginning of the show.
Yeah.
That's kind of happens almost at the beginning of every show, so I don't know what it is, but
it catches me off guard, so I'm not prepared.
Just pre-prepared. It's every show. I don't know why you're not. Natasha, are you here to listen to me and Jim gripe at each other? Or
I love it. I've got my popcorn.
She's used to that. What do you mean?
She is used to that.
This isn't her first rodeo with us.
Yeah, Jim welcomed you already, but allow me to, since I don't know what I was doing for a minute there. Thank you so much for coming on. And short notice again, as always. You're always very gracious to do that. We love having you on. You are our favorite human being on earth. So, again, another hit single, TDS. We're going to play it for everybody. But before we do that, I don't think it's easy what the inspiration was for it. It's every day. The inspiration isn't that, but what was the need at this moment and what drove you to make this one right now?
My goodness, everything is off the chart when it comes to hating Trump. I mean, you can dislike Trump, you can even hate him, but when you take it to a level of complete, that they lose their minds when they hear the name Trump, or if you're associated with President Trump, they lose their minds. Yeah. And they're vile, they're demonic, they're just horrible human beings. I mean, they're obsessed is what it is. And so you come into this year, and I don't know about you guys, but I think it's off the chart it's at an all-time high. When you see the assassination attempts increase, all of that brings it into somebody needs to bring attention. And, it's such a pathetic situation. We laugh about it, but let's bring you guys some humor so that you can really make fun of them,
Yeah, really, really. It's bizarre to me because, I thought, so knowing what happened between 2016 and 2020, Trump's first term, I was very, very shocked at oh my God, just let the guy do his job. Like, what is nothing? No rights are being taken away. People aren't being hung in the streets. They aren't I don't understand what was really going on. So then, of course, we go through the Biden and we know the election was stolen. And so we get through all that stuff, right? And then it comes to this term. Yeah. And I'm like, how they already know who he is. They already know what he's going to do. And it's always been America first. And so I was just shocked by how bad it's gotten and even worse. I have some thoughts as to why.
I have some thoughts as to why that is. But it's been so bad that, of course, Dave's my inspiration. He keeps saying, we got to do this song, and I keep putting him off. So it's delayed because I'm the one that delays it always.
Yeah, Jim, I think we should play it now, don't you?
Well, yeah, but I have a video that I want to play later. It's about a congressman running for the House in Colorado 8th District. And it was he was on a debate stage, and so the individual asked him, do you give President Trump credit for closing the border? And I kid you not, he said no. I do not give President Trump. I mean, come on. That is about as simple as yes.
But it's
Yeah.
common sense. Here they were backing the cartels to come back here to be free to roam our streets and rape our women. It's unbelievable how logic doesn't even line up. That's what I'm talking about in TBS. It's beyond logic
It's
and
beyond.
beyond logical.
Yep.
Yeah.
It absolutely
Okay, well,
is.
yeah, let's play it.
Let's play it, Bill. It's clip one. Let's get this. TDS by Natasha Owens. You can download it on Apple iTunes, and we encourage you to go do that. But listen to this, watch it, and it's another classic. Right? There you go.
I'm not a doctor, but I play one on
Really hear
TV.
We
I
can
know the problem, you've got just one policy. You do the opposite of what the Donald does. Don't know what you believe just because you got that TDS. You've tested positive. There's nothing I can do for chronic low IQ. It's TDS. Open the borders, let Mamdani pick your pocket. Let the boys beat the girls, they got that extra rocket. A theology degree from Starbucks. You declare that America sucks. You got that TDS. You've tested positive. There's nothing I can do for chronic low IQ. It's TDS. If you're red, alright, let's get this party started. If you're left, you're blue and probably retarded. Like Rosie, De Niro, Jimmy Kimmel, Kathy Griffin. No kings, no kidding, we don't live in Great Britain. If J6 was the worst thing you've ever seen, Soros, burning Sadie's a mostly peaceful thing. Bring back the cartels, commute their crimes, sack the fact checkers like the New York Times. He's a Nazi, a fascist, a racist dictator who lets you say what you wanna say.
Luke, I am your daddy.
You got that TDS. You've tested positive. There's nothing I can do for chronic low IQ. It's TDS. No matter what he says, you must be really dumb, 'cause you keep blaming Trump for all your problems.
Side effects of Trump derangement syndrome may include violent behavior, delusions, nightmares, insomnia, irrational hatred, hopelessness, anxiety, depression, blue hair, tantrums, inability to form coherent speech, difficulty maintaining gainful employment, and verbal diarrhea.
There's no cure in sight.
Another classic hit. I mean, very well done. That was so good. And of course, all the cameos that were in there, from Chrissy Teigen to John Legend to Robert De Niro to, oh my God, the list goes on and on. I mean, it's Ellen DeGeneres, that we can name them all. Kathy Griffin, there's
Rosie O'Donnell before the surgery.
You got them. You got them all. You got them all in there.
Do you know who was in the Kansas City Chiefs hat?
I
No.
do. I
I
do.
do not.
Swifty. It's Taylor Swift.
Okay.
Yep. It's
Yeah, I
figured it
wasn't
was-
calling out the Chiefs, unfortunately. I was calling out her, but
Well, that's all right. Yeah, I know. But that makes sense to have.
But it
her
made
in
it
that.
funny putting a Chiefs helmet on.
It did.
yes, as a Cowboys fan, yes.
Kind of why the song was playing. You kind of mentioned that there were some words and songs that you never thought you would say. You know, be
There's
saying
a
in
lot
your
of things
lifetime.
over the past 10 years that, or 5 years especially, that I thought I would never do, right?
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
have a crazy husband that talks me into these things and like, put the retarded word in it. That's funny. Put low IQ, put verbal diarrhea at the end, and throw
Yeah,
some
put-
banjos in there. Yeah.
Yeah. It was
With
absolutely-
everything we've been seeing from the other side, how can you not use the term retarded? I mean,
Yes.
come on. This
Yeah.
is the most ridiculous
only because
thing.
it insults the retarded people, I think.
Yes. And, it's time
point.
to bring that word back, right?
Yes,
That word's
it
been
is.
gone for so long.
So long.
Sometimes it's the only word that describes it.
It does, and I remember Jim and I as kids, because we are way older than you, Natasha. That word was just commonplace. I mean, it was just kind of, you just called your friends that you're retarded.
Yeah.
You know.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not
Just like
really
gay
meaning
used-
much, but
right?
I know it.
Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
it. It's just been a part of our vernacular for us Gen X's. It's the millennials that got really sensitive about that.
Oh, and hence why the video is what it is. So
Yes.
we got about 15 seconds left in this first segment. Of course, you're going to stay with us here, and we appreciate that. We'll get into some of the TDS and the reasons why you think it's even worse today than it was in his first term. So we'll talk to Natasha about that. Download this on iTunes. TDS. We'll be back in 3 minutes.
Most people think they have options when searching for the best deals when they travel. But here's the shocking truth. 100% of the major travel agencies are owned by just two entities, Expedia and Booking Holdings. They claim to offer the lowest rates, but due to the hotel rate parity agreement, they all have the same pricing, limiting genuine competition. When you book through these sites, you act as your own travel agent, but the profits are going to organizations that don't support our patriot values. We cannot allow that to continue. So, we decided to make travel great again by starting a US-based travel membership platform, mypatriottravel.com. We are patriots helping patriots. Together, we can disrupt the travel industry by not spending our hard-earned dollars supporting the radical left. For just $29.99 per month, you gain access to true wholesale rates on travel, saving you on average 35% and up to 65%. Book as often as you like, with no limits. Keep your hard-earned dollars in your pocket and spend them on things you need and want to support. Go to mypatriottravel.com/TAFW and grab your membership today. mypatriottravel.com/TAFW. Making travel great again.
Are you a true American? Then it's time to get connected. Download the America First Media and Television app and stay up to date with real news, bold voices, and live events from the America First Warehouse. From national broadcasts and exclusive shows to comedy nights, concerts, and special events. It's all right at your fingertips. No filters, no spin, just America First. Download the America First Media and Television app today and be part of the movement.
I'm sure you guys remember the platinum single Justice for All with Donald Trump and the J6 Prison Choir. We'll get ready for round two. We're coming out with Anthem of the Free with High Res and the J6 Prison Choir. It's coming out now. It's pre-sale until December 19th when it drops. Get yours on all platforms, Google Play, Apple iTunes. Get it. It's going to be hot.
Justice for all, our voices ring. The anthem of the free.
It's me, Joe the Box, the America First Warehouse, most patriotic venue in all the land.
The America First Warehouse, a beacon for all to see. A symbol of unity. For the patriots of America, we stand tall and free. In the America First Warehouse, where our hearts will always be.
We are back. Thank you again, always, for starting your Tuesday with us here at the America First Warehouse and the America First Media and Television Network. We are two guys, one coup, and that is Natasha Owens, who you had just heard in the first segment, her new hit single, TDS. We all know what TDS is. It's a real infliction. This is real stuff. I think one of my favorite scenes in the whole video, honestly, was Stephen King dressed as the clown. I think that was spot on. Well done. You know exactly who it is. It it's just perfect, and the words all make sense, and it all applies to what we're seeing today. Everything out, and I still like to believe we're the majority, that the mental illness has not creeped over to our side, although we are starting to see some what we had thought at one point were friends of President Trump turn the other way. Is that TDS, Natasha, or is that just money?
Oh, I think it's money. I think it's money because they aren't to the levels of complete derangement yet, right? I mean, you can at least talk some rationality into them. They won't let gang members come back from Venezuela and things like that.
Okay.
But, just because they disagree with him, I mean, we all should be questioning everything, right?
Agreed.
And I don't line up with everything President Trump does, but I pray that he knows what he's doing and that he has more wisdom and guidance and details than I do. And so until further notice, I stand by him.
Yep. Good point. That's very, very well said. Jim, what would you like to say?
Well, I don't know if you guys noticed this, but the House did pass. They called it the Deporting Fraudsters Act. Are you guys familiar with that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I did see
So
that.
they passed it 231 to 186. 20 Democrats, just 20 came over and voted with Republicans on this. So what this bill, to me, if you voted against this bill, you're for the fraud because you're benefiting from it. That's what Dale and I have been talking about on these shows the whole time, is that when you identify the NGOs, when you identify Save America, USAID was the big one, right? Remember, USAID came on, and then we had these NGOs. We found out what really they were about. And you would think that if you really care about the American people, that every politician, you go on the first thing you say, well, we care about the American people. Wouldn't you think frauding the American, taking our taxpayers' money would be number one on your list?
You would think.
You would think. And so to me, that's part of the, when you vote against stuff like that, Natasha, as a Democrat, I understand, in Congress, you vote with me or you don't get on a committee. You do this or you don't do it. There's a lot of that. You won't get that, pork in that bill that we're going to put through. All that nonsense that's made what government is a crap hole to everybody today. That is still a form of TDS to me. When you can't even simply say, yes, we want to send people who fraud our citizens of this country back. That is a clear form of TDS at that point, when you can't even agree on that.
Lack of common sense.
Yes,
Exactly.
I guess
100%.
that's basically TDS, but I think there's more evil behind it at this point too, which really scares me more than anything, is that the evilness behind the TDS has gotten worse and worse. Why do you think that is?
Well, not to get too deep this morning on it, but you have a president who wasn't a politician, who, isn't a part of the right, can't be compromised type thing. Put that into the equation. Then you have a president who has been the most pro-life, pro-Christian, pro-Israel president of our lifetime.
Yes.
I always said that is the work of Christ, right? So I think you're really seeing a deeper level of, it's a spiritual battle. This is between good and evil. This is these are demons. These are absolute demons. And they remind me, I say this all the time, but being a Christian for all my life, hearing about demons, seeing supernatural things in our religion happen. And, that they say whenever a demon hears the name of Jesus, they just absolutely freak out and squeal and whatever. The Bible says that. That is what I'm comparing to whenever you say the word Trump. Yes. They just absolutely just lose their mind. And, not that I'm comparing President Trump to God or anything else. I'm just saying that it's to another level that I don't understand. And so I think there's a spiritual component to this for sure. I think it's between good and evil. And I think that is why this whole thing, from the media to the deep state to all the rot, is coming against him at full force. He's also a president that has gotten us completely out of the global alliances, right? They want one world government. This is, if you're a Christian, you're seeing the book of Revelations play out. President Trump is about the only person that is stopping that at this point. Correct. And that is what I'm concerned about. That is definitely the demonic side and the dark forces that's coming against us. And I do believe with all of my heart that we are on the right side of this thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, I do too.
You
I'm
look at, okay, let's look at Adam Schiff, right? You look at him, you look at Hillary Clinton, John Brennan, Barack Obama. They did all of this stuff that they did. They knew they were breaking the law. They knew they were committing treason, right? They knew this, but they never thought he would win. They thought with everything they threw at this guy the second time, right? Everything they threw at him, everything they could possibly do, he stood his ground, and he won. Not only won the election, he won the popular vote.
Yeah.
And so that tells me that's where the evil came, because they could not have him in there, because they saw what he did. Just like, for example, we saw what the left's idea was for this country under Joe Biden. We saw where they wanted to go. They just didn't do it fast enough. Now we see where they're going to go if they gain control of all three again. If they gain control, they'll never lose control. Ever.
Yep.
And so, do you agree that when you look at what they've done, how they, because we all know they lied. We've seen it. We've under oath they lied. Do you believe also that they just didn't think he was going to win? And that's why they did all this stuff?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, everything that they have accused him of would normally be political suicide and normally would not work, right?
Yeah.
But in this case, the American people saw through it. I mean, their 2030 Great Reset is where we're going. Well, how they treated us during COVID, we would be on complete lockdowns right now if President Trump hadn't gotten back in. We have our freedom today because of President Trump, and we will only keep our freedom if Republicans can get out and vote, because we are the majority. We just have a huge problem with a ground game of getting people out to vote. Americans are lazy.
Yes.
Absolutely lazy.
Yep.
And we're comparing the same thing in Texas of what's going on right now with Ken Paxton and Low T Talarico is what we're calling him, which I may be doing a song soon for Ken.
Yeah, I was going to say,
right.
there's got to be one for him. There's got to be.
Yes. Because Ken has a lot of baggage, right? Ken has tons of
Yes, he
baggage.
does.
And normally that would be political suicide.
Yep.
Talarico's got a lot of baggage too. And I told Alex Stein last night, if you unzip some of that baggage, you'd probably be shocked at what was in there, as well as probably a few dresses, right?
Yeah, that's right.
He's called Low T for a reason.
For a reason. Yep.
But Ken normally wouldn't have stand a chance of what the path that he is walking, or to be our attorney general, right? The people of Texas have looked at it like he's not a perfect man, but he is the fighter. He's the closest thing to President Trump that this country has.
Yep.
He doesn't compromise. He does the right thing. And so the people of Texas don't care. And that's why you're seeing him soar.
Yep. So that's a good point, because you are in Texas, and Texas is, it's not turning, but there's a pride
We're going to
with
fight for our
Texans.
life.
Yeah,
We're
there's a
gonna fight
pride
for our
with
life.
Texans, right? Yes, and they will fight absolutely with their life to keep Texas, right? It's its own country, basically. Honestly, Texans are different.
We feel that we're the number one state. We're the only thing that matters, right? That when you talk to a Texan, that's how a true Texan feels, right? But it's true when it comes to politics with the amount of electoral votes. If they turn Texas, we will never get back in power again.
Never.
And that is why so much money goes into these races. I'm talking about hundreds of millions of dollars for these races that you would only take a couple 100,000 in the past.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. And they have caused people to come here from different countries. And I'm telling you, life as I know it as a Texan, we're thinking seriously about moving out.
Wow.
We're the only, they have put so many two different groups in where we live that our culture is starting to change, from our food to our home decor stores to, we're the only one in a restaurant speaking English.
Yep.
This is Texas. This is Dallas, Texas, Frisco, Texas. And so, anyway, I'm really sad at the moment for Texas and for where we live, because this was the greatest place on earth, and it's becoming a third world country here.
Now, and a lot of that's the Muslim population. Am I
We got
wrong?
tons of Muslims, so we're in a fight
Tons.
for our life on that. I don't know if y'all have heard about them trying to take back our Alamo. Have y'all heard
Yep.
about this?
I've heard. Well, yeah. I mean, you can explain that a little bit, but yes, we've heard a little bit about it. But for those who haven't, you can say what they're actually trying to do there.
So what Muslims want to do is they come in and they take things that are important to us, and it makes us feel like they are taking over. So they come in and they try to take our churches. They buy our churches, because you can only have so many churches, demographically because of traffic and things like that.
Yes.
So if they come in and they make them all mosque, then Christians have to drive a lot further or not go to church, right?
Correct.
So they went in front of our Texas Education Agency and tried to say that the Alamo was actually Muslim history, that they actually built it, and that just crazy stuff.
Crazy stuff.
And that was a mosque, and they want credit for it. They want our history books changed, and they want their flag flying at the Alamo. And Texas is like, hell, do I have to take it twice?
Yeah.
Yep.
You got every redneck with guns wanting to stand out in front of the fort now.
Correct. Correct.
So we're battling that, but we're also battling the HB1 visas. We have a massive amount of Indian population that has settled here. And a lot of them, most of them are so great. We've got neighbors, friends. I love them. And they're
We got
Hindus.
5 seconds, Natasha. I don't mean to cut you off, but
That's fine. We'll talk
keep that
about later.
thought, and we'll be right back after this.
Me, Joe the Box, the America First Warehouse, most patriotic venue in all the land.
The America First Warehouse, a beacon for all to see, a symbol of unity. For the patriots of America, we stand tall and free. In the America First Warehouse, where our hearts will always be.
The America First Ultra MAGA Store. For all your MAGA needs. We sell t-shirts, tumblers, flags, hats, sneakers, bumper stickers, and a whole lot more. The most patriotic America First retail store. The America First Ultra MAGA Store.
Are you a true American? Then it's time to get connected. Download the America First Media and Television app and stay up to date with real news, bold voices, and live events from the America First Warehouse. From national broadcasts and exclusive shows to comedy nights, concerts, and special events. It's all right at your fingertips. No filters, no spin, just America First. Download the America First Media and Television app today and be part of the movement.
Corporate transfer, fine professional, moving and storage, and inventory management.
America First Warehouse was really the most patriotic venue that you can ever imagine. We wanted to build something for people to be able to come to and feel so comfortable and so relaxed, because there is nothing out there like it. We give an opportunity for people to really feel good about themselves and about this great country.
The America First Warehouse, where our hearts will always be.
Welcome back, everybody. Again, thank you for joining us here on the America First Warehouse and America First Media and Television Network. We are Two Guys, One Coup. Natasha Owens is here. We already played. If you hadn't listened to it, go download it now. TDS, her new hit single, which is literally exactly like the name says, TDS.
Mhm.
and you'll recognize everybody that's in that video. Trust me. It's a phenomenal song again. Of course, she is famous for Trump 1 and The Boss and, Second Protects the First. There's a laundry list. It's Natasha Owens Music. You can go find her there anywhere on any social media and on her website as well. You can download all of her music and buy her gear. I should have worn it. I got my Trump 1 hat. I always, it's right here next to me. Anyways, Natasha, welcome back. We cut you off before the end. We apologize for that, for the break. But off air, we started talking about the trial.
Hold on. I got a Ken Paxton question.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Right.
I didn't know.
So we know he has a past, right? We know what he's done and everything. So don't you think it's going to be kind of funny? And this is where the Democrats just go completely insane. Everything that he has done isn't half as bad as what some of the other candidates they're supporting.
Right.
But they're going to use that against him.
Oh, yeah. It's the number one thing.
I just think that's crazy.
The Democrats always use morality. It's the thing that we hold dear. We don't want sexual allegations. As Christians, as Republican conservatives, that is the worst thing. So every time I hear the left do any kind of sexual impropriety, I put a question mark by it anyway. I'm like, they throw that out way too much because they have no morals. They could care less what they do or what's said about them. But it's like a holy grail that can be thrown against us.
It's very, very true. And so before we get into that, Carmelo Anthony, and sorry, Jim, I didn't know you had a question.
That's okay.
I would not done that. I want to play a kind of just a quick video here of what I think the Democrat mindset is when we're talking about morality and who they support and who they don't support, and how they will throw Ken Paxton under the bus, but they will leave this guy free and clear. So if you could, I always look at this and say, which one is it? Number 5, Bill. Can you play that real quick? And I just want to get your reaction, Natasha, to this. So it's clip 5.
Totem pole tattoo, the Nazi tattoo. How do you kind of?
Somebody said that they talked to somebody who had seen one of those or wore one of those, and it was silver, and it didn't even occur to him that it was the same thing. I think people are making as much of it as they can because they don't have a lot of substance around anything else. And if they did, we'd hear about it. Believe me, they are trolling for dirt.
What if he had like a Israeli flag tattoo or something? Would that be a deal breaker?
For me?
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah.
That would be
Israeli, yeah, because I don't support genocide, and he doesn't either. And that would show that he was being inconsistent. And he's been very consistent about that, straight across the board.
So have you followed the Graham Plattner?
That's the guy from Maine, right?
Yeah. Right. Yep. So
a little bit from a distance, yeah.
Okay.
Supposed to be complete Nazi. I mean,
a complete Nazi.
Well, he is.
A womanizer, sexist. He defund a police guy. You name it. He runs the game. He checks off every box for the Democrat at this point, right? So they love him. Love him to death.
Well, you see what John Fetterman said.
Oh my God, he's going to wear a suit.
Prove to him that Plattner didn't send his you-know-what pic to teenager girls.
Yep.
And he'll start wearing a suit every day, too.
Amazing.
Yep, exactly. Exactly.
By the way, he hasn't come forth and said anything yet. Just letting you know.
But that's what I'm saying. You take a look at that, and the guy has a clear Nazi tattoo. He has so beyond that, that's who he is. This is the scumbag this guy is. And then that's the voter that we're dealing with out there. This is what I think is a big problem. That's a portion of TDS to me. You're willing to bypass and overlook a Nazi, womanizing, sexist, you name it, guy. But if he had that Israeli flag, and I'm not saying you got to support Israel 100% or anything like that, but I'm telling you what, if a guy has an Israeli flag or a Nazi tattoo, Israeli tattoo or Nazi, I'm not going to pick the Nazi tattoo ever in my life, right, guy?
Yeah, right.
That's the mindset we're dealing with there. And I just wanted to kind of give it a little example.
There's no rationality. You can't make sense of it. It's just complete craziness. So
we don't think like them, so it is hard to make sense of it, right? We just can't fathom ourselves supporting people like that, and that's what makes it difficult to understand them. And so that leads me back to the point I say every show. I don't want to be united with these people. I want to be divided. And we're in our 250th birthday year. 250 years ago, people weren't saying we need to be united with the British. No, we need divided from them. And I think this is where we're at. We're at a point in our lives now where we can't be united with these people anymore. That's my. I'm not. We're here to talk about you and everything else. So, but anyways, that's my thought on it. Jim asked you, and he can ask the question if he wants, but off the air during the break about, since you're in Frisco, the entire Carmelo Anthony trial that's going on right now, and the lunacy and stuff I'm seeing online from people who are clearly making this a racial issue, and they wanted another George Floyd riots. They want this to happen. What's it like there locally, since that's happening there?
So right after it happened, that happened just probably 2 miles from my house. I've got friends that know the family of the victim. And it was heartbreaking. I don't know from a distance what you guys had seen about the trial. Immediately, it was racist. They hired an attorney that was a civil rights attorney. And everybody knew exactly what was happening. He comes in, and 4 to 48 hours, the narrative was it was racist. This guy, the victim, was the perpetrator, not the victim. And they came in with their entourages and their press conferences. And, you know, the dad of the victim, Mr. Metcalf or whatever, went to the press conference that they pulled all the press together, the other family. And he was sitting there, and they had him escorted out. They were screaming and yelling at him. They had his house swatted several times. In Texas, that's dangerous. We all have guns. We will point it in the middle of the night if we're in a deep sleep to whoever's coming through that door. They could have had a great possibility of another victim in their family being killed. It has been something that we're getting death threats. And then they started raising money. The other side started raising money and raised, like $1 million or whatever it was. And they bought $1 million house. They bought a Cadillac Escalade, picked him up from jail. Then they went in front of the judge and said, we don't have the money for this astronomical bond that you've placed. Please bring it down. And so she brought it down to almost nothing, 250,000 or whatever. And they pick him up in this Cadillac Escalade, handed him the keys, said, this is your car, you deserve it, in front of all the press. It was something else. And we're all trying to fight here to get that GoFundMe page taken down. They don't deserve money. This was a kid who had been suspended from school for bringing a knife to school. He goes in, he picks a fight. He not only stabs him in the heart, but he twists it. And this kid dies in his twin brother's arms. And suddenly he is the bad guy. And I don't know about you now. I think he is also a victim in this thing of how it's all turned out. Who knows if he wanted it to go this direction, but that's the only card they have to play because he has no defense. It was absolutely in cold blood. This kid at this point deserves everything he gets. And I think by you hearing the jury gasp yesterday at the defense and what they were trying to prove or lack thereof, I think it's going to come back that this kid's going to go away for the rest of his life.
The thing that, and this is what bothers me about how this stuff is misrepresented. They came out and they said that he was surrounded. Okay, Carmelo Anthony was surrounded by. He was scared. He was fighting for his life because he only had one thing to do because they were surrounding him. He didn't know what to do. But you clearly watched the video, and that is not what happened. It is not even close to what happened. But there's still people out there that heard that, and they believe it. That's why I told Dale. I said, it doesn't matter that they mention it. That's all you got to do. It's just like President Trump. You mentioned something about President Trump being a fascist, and look what happened. There's no evidence, there's no proof of it, but it just comes out. And so my wife is really watching this a lot. She's following. There's an independent reporter that is in there, and she posts things every day. And it's like we just can't. It's very upsetting because we did hear that it was an all-white jury. Well, my wife read to me what the jury mix was. There's only three white people on there.
Yeah, there's no way it can be an all-white jury. That's not what we're made up of in this county anymore. So
No,
Yeah,
and it's
that's
just-
right. It would have
it's
been
just-
impossible, right? Yeah.
And Dale and I talked about this yesterday. You don't stab somebody in the heart to wound them.
Nope.
Or, sorry, you don't stab somebody in the chest to wound them. That's
Nope.
not the place you stab.
Nope.
And but
Stab him
he
in the
did-
leg.
he-
Stab him.
no hesitation. He just stabbed him right in the chest.
if somebody was coming for me, whether I had a gun or a knife, I would try to get to the leg, the arm, something to stun them so that I could get away so that it
Yep,
wouldn't
correct.
be permanent. That's what a decent human being does.
Yep, exactly. So when found guilty, because he will be, and we got a minute left in this segment, will there be riots in Frisco? Is there going to be that kind of scene like you would see in Ferguson or
Oh,
Minneapolis?
it's
or-
manufactured. I guarantee you we're going to have that.
It is manufactured. It's paid. It's going to be paid riots.
We're
You'll
just
have
waiting
Antifa
for
there.
an excuse. There's waiting.
You'll have Antifa there. I mean,
Yeah,
they'll be
sure.
there. So,
How is
Oh,
the
yeah.
how is the government and the police force in that area?
the sheriff's department is-
Conservative. Yes.
They've done a really good
All
job.
conservative. Okay.
You should
All
see
right.
the front of the courthouse right now. As of 3 a.m. this morning, the sheriff's department had it covered. I mean, so they said, no, this is not going to happen.
We got a
So-
good
Yeah.
shift.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I don't know if I mean, I think they'll try the riots, but I think it'll come to a quick halt.
You know, you got to remember,
pretty
you're in
quickly.
Texas. You're not in Minnesota.
You're not in downtown Dallas either. You're in the conservative part. So
Yeah.
it wouldn't
Correct.
happen, bud.
Correct. When we come back, it's our fourth and final segment. The hour always goes by quick. We got more with Natasha. She's going to stay till the end. Jim's got a video he wants to play. We'll be right back.
250 years ago, a nation was born. Built on courage, driven by freedom, defined by patriots who stood their ground. Today, we don't just remember that legacy, we wear it. This is more than a shirt. It's a symbol of strength, freedom, and pride. I'm Steve Stern, COO of theflagshirt.com, and I invite you to celebrate 250 years of the United States with us. Wear your pride, stand for something, get your shirts today.
Politics feeling broken? What if you could match with politicians the way you match on a dating app, but based on real values? Meet OpScore from Go USA, the first ever values-based political matchmaker. Think Match.com for elections that aligns voters with politicians. We score politicians on a nonpartisan scale based on your priorities. Track your politician scores and take our OpScore Challenge survey to match with leaders who align with you at opscore.org. Stop voting blind. Start matching smart. Politicians work for you.
Are you a true American? Then it's time to get connected. Download the America First Media and Television app and stay up to date with real news, bold voices, and live events from the America First Warehouse. From national broadcasts and exclusive shows to comedy nights, concerts, and special events. It's all right at your fingertips. No filters, no spin, just America First. Download the America First Media and Television app today and be part of the movement.
Corporate transfer. Fine, professional, moving and storage, and inventory management.
If the vote count is accurate, then how come the number of voters is different? And if it's not accurate, then why was it certified? We are suing Letitia James and the New York State Board of Elections for a conspiracy against fundamental rights. This is not about who won, it's not about what party, it's about the fact that they don't care about your rights.
It's me, Joe the Box, and I'm John the Blanket with the America First podcast.
That's what I'm talking about. The Fred Rubino podcast coming to you from the America First Warehouse.
Welcome everybody to the James Justice Show, tearing these airwaves apart with all the craziness that goes on in the world.
Welcome to the Patriots podcast. Good evening, everyone.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the On the Right Side podcast here at the America First Warehouse in Long Island, New York.
Shane Jenkins here with another episode of Liberty's Cage.
Hi everyone, and welcome to our podcast, Red, Right, and True.
We are streaming live on America First Media and Television app.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, Kevin Downey Jr. podcast. Be free, stay free.
The America First Warehouse, where our hearts will always be.
We don't want you to do that.
We are back, and Natasha's going to keep talking. That's just the bottom line. We've got one more segment left with her. It goes by so fast. Thank you again from both Jim and I for coming on and sharing your music with us in the world. The world needs your music. It needs that patriotism at this point.
Meeting you was fantastic.
How come you weren't asked to play at the 250th birthday celebration?
Well, actually, I am singing. I am singing on it. It hasn't been announced yet because we haven't secured a date yet. I just gave them last Thursday my availability because I've got so many things between June 26th and July the 10th that they're supposed to be coming back with me with where all they want me. So I am singing on it. I wasn't in the first round that was announced. So
yeah, you weren't. What do you feel about? I guess I can ask your opinion as an artist, and having gone through liberal Nashville and everything else in your life, and also even being chastised from your own Christian community at times. What did you feel about that whole pulling out of the Brett Michaels, Martina McBride, those folks? What was your thought on that?
I'll tell you exactly what happened because I know how the process works. So it doesn't matter to me who the president is. It doesn't matter to me who controls Washington. It's our country. It's 250 years. Correct. They should do it because of that, and they should be unapologetic for it, right?
Yes.
They agreed to it. They knew what was entailed. They knew President Trump was the president. They were all for it, signed contracts, I'm sure. That usually happens before it's announced. And then all of a sudden it was announced by the White House, and these people who have TDS, they come out in full force. Just go to my social media and look at the meltdown over the past week. They're horrible. They're vile. You can't talk to them. And some of them I think are bots too. And they come out with such force that it scares people, right?
Yes.
That is why they turned tail and said, oh, it's too controversial, and had to make up an excuse to get out. They knew what they were agreeing to, and they just couldn't take the heat. You just got to ignore it or spar with it. Sometimes you'll see me pop up there and I'll knock somebody in the teeth,
Yep.
But you just can't worry about it, and don't apologize. I lost respect because they apologize for it.
Correct.
Martina McBride hasn't been big in country music for years. Okay. But for her to come out and say she didn't realize it was going to be so partisan.
He didn't realize Trump was going to be there.
That's what I meant to say.
She's the one that made it partisan. She just made it partisan. Brett Michaels.
Just know that's an excuse. They can take the heat. It's just
but they got to be somewhat smart about how they do it. And Brett Michaels, I'm scared for my family and my bandmates and my fans.
Well, he probably got some death threats. I've got 2 death threats so far. Yeah,
it's not us. So.
And the liberals aren't going to come out to celebrate this country.
No, they aren't.
This country, they're not going to celebrate. No. So you got to know who your audience is, and you just got to not care.
That was my point, dude. Does she know who her audience is? And that's not to say that there aren't liberals or Democrats who don't care for her music or Brett Michaels' music or any of those people. But at some point, you got to know where your bread was buttered. I mean, like, this is the country that made you who you are. Even though I think Martina was born in Canada, I don't even know. I mean, that's not. Yeah, we're the ones who. It's U.S. dollar that made you who you are.
Right. But you got to understand that it's more than that too. It's a battle within the industry itself. It's a battle. I guarantee you. I don't know anything about her band or where they stand, but she probably got internal fighting of, well, I'm your band member, but I'm not coming out to play for you type.
That's a good point. Yeah.
I lost just about all my bands. Whenever I'm just, Nashville, I'm kryptonite. Anybody associated with me gets outcast. Wow. So they have to be really careful with how they line up for the industry's sake and the other artists in the industry.
Yeah. Did you ever think about giving up and stopping music when you were getting all of that backlash? Did it ever cross your mind that maybe I just shouldn't do this? Or did you know that God had this direction for you and that's exactly where you need to be in this world?
God has illuminated this path, and I don't know why I have walked it other than I followed what I thought was obedience in Him. I'm telling you, and it's truth. I'm trying to put out truth, right? And even though it's causing division, it's illuminating truth, which I think is is the work of our side and the work of Christ.
Correct.
But yeah, it doesn't matter the heat, the death threats. We look at it. Dave always looks at it like, well, my God, we've only got 2 death threats. Maybe we didn't poke in the right direction.
We're doing something wrong. We needed to be more. Yeah.
Well, you talk about your song TDS, and I've got a video I'd like to play. It's video number 4, and this is Manny Rutinel, who is running for Colorado's 8th district in the U.S. House of Representatives. Okay, so the reason I played this one, because there's a lot of examples of TDS, right? This is the one area, okay, the border, that there is no argument. In my opinion, unless you're an idiot, there is no argument. So if you could play video 4, it says TDS with Manny Rutinel, and just listen to this.
Does President Trump deserve credit for the significant drop-off in illegal border crossings? Mr. Rutinel.
No.
Why is that?
I think that what he's doing right now shouldn't receive any credit at all. He is terrorizing Latino immigrants across this country, setting up horrific conditions. We need to make sure that we have an immigration system that is comprehensive with a pathway to citizenship.
And to clarify, who does deserve credit for the significant drop-off in illegal border crossings?
This is something that I need to explore further, but I think that what's happening...
Something I need to explore further. It's not Trump. He didn't do it, but I don't know who did.
You can't make it up. They can't give him credit when he does do something good.
Well, there's a path that...
He could cure cancer. He could cure cancer.
He could.
There's a path to citizenship. Yep. There already is a path to citizenship. The way they're doing it is not the way to do it.
There is a path. There's a legal path to citizenship in this nation.
And what is the horrific conditions? They go to Minnesota, they get millions of dollars, and it's happening in every state.
It is happening in every state. Yeah. It's so, I mean, they're finding the fraud everywhere. They're all getting $1 million. They're bringing them in like that. It's that answer. And Jim, I'm glad you played that, because again, those are the people running. You've got the Graham Plattners, and you've got these people running that are and already in Congress. Ilhan Omar, Rashid Tlaib. These are all foreigners that have invaded our country and now are invading our legislation. And they start at the local level. They work their way up. Soon you're mayor of New York. Next thing you know, you're a senator in New York. Next thing you know, you might be vice president or president, if you were born here. At that level, that might change too if they take power. I don't know, right? So this it concerns me.
Yep, Dale and I have talked about this, and I said it yesterday, Natasha. People can call me a, conspiracy theorist, whatever you guys want to call me. I don't care. But if they win the House and Senate, they have Conway, who is running for a seat in New York, has already said they will impeach President Trump, and
put him in jail,
and they will impeach J.D. Vance. So who becomes president then?
Speaker of the House.
Hakeem Jeffries.
Because they'll have the majority.
Then they start their whole process, packing the courts, making if you live in this country, you're going to be able to vote, get rid of the Electoral College. See, they're going to do it faster than they did. They did it too slow under Biden, and people caught on to it. So the American people said, we're not going to allow that to happen. Right. They're not going to allow this to happen again. My opinion.
They're not going to care because our vote's not going to matter.
Yeah, my opinion completely. And most importantly, they're going to get rid of the Electoral College.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So here we go. I've got a sister who doesn't like what the far left does, but she considers herself liberal. Just looks at me and said, "Oh, you're crazy. You're crazy." I said,
"Okay,
would you have thought that we would be talking about men competing in women in sports? You would have laughed my butt off 15 years ago, but yet here we are."
It's not conspiracy theory. Nope. There's tons of video of them saying what they plan to do.
Project 2029.
And once they take down Trump, they're coming for every one of his supporters.
Yep, every single one of them. Yeah. We already had a Barack as president. I will not accept a Hakeem as president of the United States. I just, sorry.
Look at London. London is a prime example of we are heading down that path quickly.
Correct.
They're even saying it. They have a plan to penetrate within and get into local and governments into positions
Correct.
where they can, and then they populate, they breed like rabbits. So
They
in
do.
20 years, we're
Outbreeding
going to have
us.
a massive problem.
Yep.
Yep.
Well,
you're not wrong.
Dale, if you don't have something you want to play, they're singing again.
No, we got 2 minutes left, so go ahead.
They're
If you
singing
got it.
again. Maybe this is another song you can do, Natasha, because this is what the Democrats consider men. Okay, if you could play video 10, please.
So, did you see this, Natasha?
Yes.
On social media?
I think so. If it's the one I'm thinking.
Me too.
They're singing, they're not gonna pick.
Oh, number 10, Bill?
Very femininely.
Yeah, we're not hearing it though. I'm singing it.
There we go. I thought this was AI.
Jazz hands.
Is this real?
Yes, it is.
That's not AI. Yeah, this is what they consider men.
This is low
Natasha,
Rico's people.
as a woman of the United States of America, if Dave was like this, would we be talking about you and Dave together?
Absolutely not. I've got more testosterone in me than they do.
They
My
do.
wife would know. There's no way she would be married to me today.
No, I wouldn't want to share my handbags either.
That's incredible. Well, we're almost to the end of the show here. So if we could really, Natasha, please tell us again how people can find you, what's coming up with you and your schedule, where you're going to be, and how they can download TDS and have to right now. We need to make that song get to the top of the charts.
Yes, so NatashaOwensMusic.com. You can just Google me, but when you go onto YouTube to try to find the video, it's Natasha Owens TDS. You can't find it if you just put TDS. They're doing all their text suppression. I need for you to go to iTunes, and if you can buy it on iTunes, that helps us get to the top of the charts. Right now, we're hanging around 50, 40, which is a huge accomplishment, but we need to get to number one so that we put another shockwave through the culture war, right?
Already
So
done
help
on
us
my end.
do that and share it. You can go to my website again, NatashaOwensMusic.com, for where I'm going to be. Lots of things haven't been posted yet. We've got so many things in the works. So hopefully I'll be to a city near you between now and the end of the year.
And you're going to join us tomorrow on our show for a little bit, if not because you're traveling, right? Yeah,
I may be in the car, but
you may be in the car, but that's
join.
fine. That's fine. So
okay.
tune in for that tomorrow. Natasha and Jim can thank you, but for both of us, honestly,
Thank you.
as always. Yeah, thank you very much for being here. We love you to death. We love you and Dave. Thank you for doing what you do, honestly, and the fight that you keep putting up. It's totally worth it in the end. And God's got the plan, and you're following it, and we love and thank you for that.
And y'all just pray for my protection. It's been,
and
it's been pretty rough the
always
past few days.
As
that
it
always happens.
Yeah,
be very, very careful and diligent. And I know that you are, but still, the crazies are out there, and they'll do anything at this point. So we know you're protected, but please be safe, and thank you again for coming on, folks. Thank you again for watching us here on the America First Warehouse, America First Media and Television Network. Stay tuned. Full lineup of podcasts today and tomorrow. Stay tuned for Joe the Box. He's coming up next. From Jim and I, we thank you. Natasha, thank you as well. We'll see you tomorrow. Jim, anything?
Nope. Goodbye.
All right.
See you tomorrow, Natasha.
Thanks, everybody. Thank you.
That's what we prefer.
I'm not a doctor, but I play one on TV. I know the problem, you've got just one policy. You do the opposite of what the Donald does. Don't know what you believe just because you got that TDS. You've tested positive. There's nothing I can do for chronic low IQ. It's TDS. Open the borders, let my Donnie pick your pocket. Let the boys beat the girls.
You're blue and probably retarded, like Rosie, De Niro, Jimmy Kimmel, Kathy Griffin. No kings, no kidding. We don't live in Great Britain. It takes 6